Hello everyone, welcome to Downtown Tailoring. My daughter is turning 25 and she's celebrated and her birthday theme is piano and prosecco. She wanted a very specific dress for the party, black and white like the piano. And she actually found the perfect dress, but the only problem is that they didn't have her size. Thankfully, she has a mother that can do it for her. So of course, I decided to make it for her. But today's video is not about me making that dress. It's about the hidden shaping technique underneath I used to make that dress, to make it look fabulous. Did you know that a few soft layers underneath can change the silhouette and how the dress feels and look? If you didn't know, let's go! So here I am at the candy store looking for the proper fabric. Yes, I found it. And of course, I cannot be concentrated in just one fabric. It's impossible. Well, let's go and start working in our project. And of course, as always, I will start by taking the measurements, and then with those measurements, I'm gonna do something that is very important. I'm gonna make a flat design. What does that mean? I'm gonna make the design, but with proportion, with the flat, not like the fashion designer style, because the dress is already designed. I need to know exactly how I'm gonna make that pattern. And this is why I'm making those flat. That's there. I'm gonna put the specification and everything. And for the pattern, of course, I'm gonna start by making a basic pattern. Remember, if you don't know how to make a basic pattern, remember that I offer a course where you can learn how to make them. The basic pattern is essential because it's the person, right? It's the person body, and then this is what you are gonna transform in anything, in any design you want. All those steps are very important, but as you can see, I'm a little bit fast on them because this video is not about how I make the dress. This video is about the padding technique I'm gonna use to sculpt the silhouette so the surface of the finished dress will look more balanced. It will reflect the light in a nicer way so the dress will look more, you will see it. Today I'm a good girl and I'm making the circular part of the skirt with the proper technique, which is opening and spreading the lines. I'm so good today. And well, it's my baby. Now she's 25. What I can say, my pattern is ready, and the first thing I'm gonna do is a toile. You don't always need to make the toiles, but the reason why I want to make it is because I'm not sure exactly at what height of the hip the circles should start, and this is essential. And let's say if I do it too high or too low, I have to cut again the pattern anyways. So here she is. She's wearing the toile. You see, I signal the hip there. Wearing the toile, I make all the pins just to make all the necessary corrections, and then with this pattern corrected, I can cut the dress with the real fabric. Did I show you all the fabrics and all the material? I don't think so. So this for the dress we have this is like a polyester peau de soie, but I like it because it has a good body. But the other two fabrics that I'm gonna use are these. This is like a scrim. As you can see, it's like a net, but with some fillings. And then I have this 100% felt cotton. And as you can see, this one too, you see how I did with my finger? This can change the shape. And you will see how we are gonna work with them. But in the meantime, of course, I'm cutting the fabric. And for this one, I'm gonna cut twice the pattern because I'm gonna use the same fabric for lining and as well for the top part. But I'm gonna use interfacing to give a little bit more of the body to the lining. Although this fabric has a lot of body, this interfacing is not good. So I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna get a regular, this is better. Sorry, I kind of, So as I was telling you before, I need a little bit more of the strength, but not so much strength. If you want to make a corset, for example, you will use Couture, but I don't want it to be so rigid. So I'm going to use the interfacing because I want it to be with body but not super rigid. Let's say if you are making a corset, that probably you will want to use a more rigid material like Couture, but because this is a dress that goes until the hips, I want her to be comfortable and have movement. And I'm gonna use the interfacing at the front, and at the back I'm just gonna use it for the facing part, and that's it. As you can see, every garment you make is different, and it will require a similar effect but not necessarily the same one. So now I'm ensemble the dress, and you know that I always like to press my fabric before I cut it. As you can see, I have like half circles and I have 6 of them. So we're talking about 3 circle skirt pretty much, huh? So this is the dress. She has it on. She likes the skirt, but it's too long. So I'm gonna shorten it and I'm gonna correct all the details the dress has. And now is the time to use our technique. So as you can see, pretty much I have the lining. This is the lining. And as you can see, it has the interfacing and it has the bones. And as you can see, I'm used the thin one because here we're not using those bones to be super rigid. But as you can see, look at me, how I can jump and nothing is moving. Okay, let's be a little bit more serious. So I'm gonna use this felt that I showed you before and this scream. And you can use Domet as well, but they didn't have at my fabric store Domet. Probably is better material for this kind of job. But as you can see, both of them are very malleable, so they will be both of them good. So what I'm looking for, that instead of having a stiff flat corset, I'm gonna create a soft shape. I'm gonna start with the felt and I'm gonna use some stripes to cover the bones. And I want to clarify that this is not the regular felt that you will buy for your craft at store, but it's pretty similar, but it's not. This is a 100% cotton felt. So as you can see, pretty much what I'm gonna do is to cover all my bones. And this is the way that I'm using, but if you want it to be faster, you pretty much can use that felt and cover the whole thing, and it will be good enough. Or you could use the screen by itself and cover everything, and as well, it can be good. So pretty much you don't need to make both of them, but what happens is that if you cover the bone with the felt and then you put the screen on top, it will be more soft. And this is why I want to do it this way today. So I'm making sure to cover all the parts, and to make my job easier, I'm gonna just glue those to my corset. And I want to clarify that when you glue, you make everything a little bit more flat
the felt fibers will kind of compact themselves and it will be a little bit flatter. So sometimes when you are doing a shape, you don't want to do that. But in this case, it's perfect because the reason that I'm using that felt is to smooth the little bump that the bones make. So this is the hip area. Do you remember? When I try the toile, I map the part of my daughter when she has a little bit of the hip dip. So I'm gonna use the felt to sculpt that part. I'm gonna make sure to soften those dips to smooth out the silhouette. For that, I'm just measuring and I'm gonna create like a little mountain layer by layer. When you talk about the hip dips, you might think it's just the volume, but it's the way how light travels. What I'm doing here is to try to smooth all the surface of the dress. I'm softening all the transitions so the dress looks smooth and nice like a pillow. I'm gonna use a heat fusing material to glue the hip padding on the dress. I buy like sheets and then you can iron one side and then you remove the paper and then you put whatever you need to glue. And what I like about that is just that you can use any shape you want. Usually the hem fusing tape is very good, but because it's a tape, you have to kind of have too many and cut it. So with this, it's a little bit easier. Then after I have all my padding done, then I'm gonna cover all of these with one bigger piece, and that way my daughter hips will be very smooth. Now we can go to our next phase. We are gonna cover that with the scrim. You have to be careful. You have to try to accommodate well that scrim before you start cutting it, because otherwise you can fall short, because we are talking about this material that we are going to accommodate with all the curves that this body has. Do you understand? When I was at the store, he had that little hole and he said, "Don't worry, I'm going to compensate." And I said, "Oh, don't worry. You don't need to." I'm sure that I can skip that part. Here you are. So pretty much I'm pinning this time because I need to be sure that I'm gonna have the scrim all the way, all around. And something very important, I'm not telling you to do it this way. You can glue it, okay? You don't need to tack it. But I think that if you tailor tack, you can be giving the shape while you are doing, and it's more three-dimensional. If you glue it, it makes it a little flat, but making all those stacking can be very time consuming. You see what parents do for their kids? I'm just saying that because she's the one that is editing this video. So now that all my padding is done, I can safely sew the edges and my pad is ready, and as you can see, it's smooth and nice. So I just need to put on the dress, and look at that. Ooh, you see, I made a little mistake. After it was done, I decided to finish the seam, and that's a no. So I cut out all those finishing, and here she is. She looked amazing. Everybody told her, "Oh, she looked amazing." She played the piano, they sang, and the party was fantastic. And of course, I was going to make one for my doll too. But this one I had to adapt it because I had to cut the circles a little bit different because it doesn't have that much drape for the size of a doll. And yes, I bought that dress too. But what I really wanted to tell you is that, as you might know, I don't make clothes for doll. I make clothes in doll size, and I have to adapt. And for this dress, I had to make a really tiny hem in a triple circular skirt. So as you can see, that wasn't very easy, and of course I did a video about that. Probably this video is not up yet, but I wanted to show you how I did it. So when the video is ready, I'm gonna let you know. This was a very tiny circular hem and it was cute. This is the girl. People often think that sewing is about fabric, but for me, I really don't think it is. When I sew, what I'm doing is shaping the silhouette either in my alterations or in my custom make. Fabric is just the medium. Well, I really enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoy it too. So if you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like, give us a hype, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!